Good evening, Muskin enjoyers. I need to get this out of the way. We have had an early acceptance for tomorrow's Rust Store. Now, just to get this in your heads, whilst we know what skins are going to be accepted tomorrow, the actual Rust Store has to rotate. So if I were to look at the Rust Store right now and refresh, you can see that these skins are still here. All right. So at some point, the expectation being earlier than the update, because tomorrow is Force Wipe, we're going to see these skins rotate out and the new skins will rotate in. And there's definitely a lot to talk about in regards to these skins, so I'm just going to quickly go over to my Twitter because we've been fussing about this on stream for a while. Chat, feel free to say hello to YouTube. If you take a look at this, two of the skins are very notably pay to win. This right here is the Doom Garage Door. Very likely its name will be changed, but can you see how that's transparent basically all over it? Yeah, that's going to be in tomorrow's Rust Store. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I made the joke about, you know how it's the 10th anniversary for Rust. Well, as a funny joke, why not do the old types of price listings that they had in Rust stores way back then? Basically, let's sell that for $20. Ha ha! No, they did sell skins for $20 back in the day. But anyway, that right there, quite clearly, very transparent, and you can see through it, and you can see Mr. Sloth right there. Once again, thank you very much, Sloth, for getting this in-game screenshot. And if we go over to here, that right there is a tier 3 set. And you might be sitting there and saying, but Hedge, he's wearing a beanie hat. No, he's wearing a face mask. Yep. So, yeah, kind of pay to win. That's the ridiculousness of what we are expecting tomorrow. So, we've been kind of talking about this for a good hour or so now already. If you want to save your money for tomorrow, I don't blame you. But we don't know what these are going to cost. And yes, that right there, the Kevlar, Legacy Kevlar set right there, is a very good budget blackout set. If I quickly hop over to here, I have a good screenshot to share with you. It is, yeah, once again, thank you very much, Mr. Sloth. That right there is Kevlar matched up with the blackout hoodie pants and kilt. And yeah. And again, that is a face mask. It just doesn't have any facial mesh. So, cool. That's what we're dealing with now. Yep. So, yeah, that's all I needed to say in regards to that. And let's now start properly talking about the likes of abnormals. So once again, these won't appear until tomorrow. It is expected that we have an early Rust Store tomorrow because, of course, we have the Force Wipe with a lot of content coming out. In fact, if I quickly hop over to here once more, I can show you... where is it? I've lost this tweet. 1 second. Loads of Christmas skins, by the way. That'll be next week. Come on. Sorry, I'm very sorry. I should have had this. There you go. There it is. Yeah, so we're going to have all of that coming tomorrow. And I wouldn't be surprised if we potentially see a lot of people hopping in and wanting to look at all the new content. Legacy content, brand new building skin, and various other little bits and bobs. Right, so let's now go talk about what we always do in regards to our abnormal video. But here's the problem. We don't know if we're getting abnormals tonight. Last rotation, things are a little bit weird, and we saw the Rust Store rotation happen 2 minutes after midnight, or 5 minutes after midnight. Either way, we don't know if we're going to have abnormals tonight or not. Maybe the whole process of putting in the new skins in the Rust Store might have happened before midnight. And yes, I'm talking specifically in regards to midnight UK time, because all the skins seem to be based around UK time, probably because Face Punch is in the UK. What I'm trying to get across to you is, if we see a Rust Store rotation happen after midnight, that means we don't have abnormals, and all the skins, for example, all of these skins, all 9 of these, are expected to become marketable, not when the Rust Store rotates tomorrow, but rather Thursday night going into Friday morning, midnight. So basically it'd be like abnormals, but for all 9 skins, and it'd be Thursday night going into Friday morning instead of the usual Wednesday night going into Thursday morning, but more specifically just for abnormals. I know that sounds confusing. If you're confused about what the hell abnormals are, if you look in the description of this video right now, you'll see links to 2 videos which will explain everything in regards to abnormals. There's a short video that generalizes everything but kind of gets the idea into your head, and then there's a second video which is about 20 minutes long, but it should like basically go a little bit more in depth into explaining what abnormals are and why we chase after them. In short, we're going to try and chase some very interesting, delicious looking profits, if that makes sense to all of you. But yeah, we literally just had a delayed Rust Store 2 weeks ago, so I'm sure by now you know how this all works. Yeah, so I don't 100% know if we're gonna see or not see abnormals tonight, But at the very least, we can sit here and we can still talk about the skins that we see right in front of us and figure out prices we might want to offer for all of them. Understood? Right, let's now jump in. Let's start talking about the likes of the best-selling skin so far this week, the Neon Vibes Furnace. Right, so 17,000 bare minimum sales based on, well, subscriber count. We know at least 17,000 individual people bought this skin, but we don't know how many each one bought. You know, as in, did some people buy 10? Did some people buy 100? Did some people buy 1,000? Who knows? We don't fully know that. But we can work around the amount of people that did buy the skin. Now, we did make quite a fuss in regards to this skin. Basically, it's part of what appears to be a very interesting looking collection. We didn't get the large box accepted, unfortunately, but you never know. Maybe the large box is accepted at the end of December. It was submitted before Christmas. We're about to have 2 Christmas Rustors, but you can and probably will still see the likes of the Neon Vibes large box being accepted potentially either for the the final Rustor of December or the first Rustor of January. Let's not rule out the possibility of that. But at the end of the day, we still have the likes of the Garage Door and the Sheet Metal Door. And now we have to question what potentially will we want to offer for likes of this. This furnace right here, which is ever so nice, very bright, very colourful, and it does have a different coloured interior, something we've been fussing about for quite some time. So if we quickly hop back over to here and then make some comparisons in regards to the sales that this has had compared to the others, well, these had about 15,500 sales each between them. This has already reached 17,000. No, that's not going to really cause that much of an issue in regards to the price of this and the value of this. It's not like clothing and armour. That's a whole different story. So with what we have here, all right, I think this is going to probably work out a lot better compared to most other furnaces that have come out this year. That's not going to be too hard to comprehend. On the horizon, yes, we can still see potentially another deplorable skin being accepted, and let's not rule out the possibility of even more being made and potentially being accepted in the future. I do think things are going to work out all right for this. And then we're also going to just quickly, briefly talk about the likes of the different coloured interior furnaces. So if we take a look at all the furnaces that have ever come out, but more specifically look at them by price, let's go over to here. Pretty much every furnace that doesn't have either an orange, red or yellow interior performs well. So here's the Toxic Furnace, here's the Abyss Furnace. Here, of course, is the likes of the Neon Vibes Furnace. Where's another one? Here's the Tribe Furnace. And yes, Cocoon is slightly down, but it is a very recent Halloween skin. It is going to suffer for a period of time, but it is expected to rebound and go up in price around post-Christmas regardless. So, yes, even then, this is still reasonably held up. It's not down too bad, but this will still be expected to go up. So basically, overall, if you take a look at every single furnace from here, yeah, all the ones that are very badly in the negative, in the red, well, they're all furnaces that have, you know, the standard interior. But the different coloured ones do a better job of retaining their value, and, you know, being in the positive. So I can imagine this is going to be a very good thing to put your money towards based on all the positives that we brought up. Now, in terms of sales overall, is that a ridiculous amount? Not really. In the grand scheme of things, that's not too bad. And it is expected with tomorrow, Force Wipe is going to probably bring in a lot of people, not only, you know, wanting to try out all the new content, but Christmas is just around the corner. And, well, next week we're probably going to have the Christmas in-game content added. And, of course, we're also going to have Twitch Rivals taking place next week as of Monday. So a lot of people are probably going to be watching that. You know, of course, trying to get the likes of those very interesting-looking Twitch drops. Yes. And watching the people play, they'll probably feel reinvigorated to want to jump back in and play Rust and whatnot. So this looks like to be the beginning of a nice boost for all skins. I look at this and I think I probably want to bid quite high on that. And if anything, I might actually consider jumping in and buying some myself. The interior's pink in-game for you, is it? I mean, at the end... Oh, wait, it's pink there, and it was blue in the other one. At the end of the day, it's not red, and it's not orange, and it's not yellow. So it still stands out quite nicely. So I look at that, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to bid highly. I think I'm going to push all the way up to $2.20. Basically, guys, I'm thinking I'm going to do a buy order of $1.70 to $2.20. I can imagine that's going to do very well. I wouldn't be surprised if we see more Neon Vibe skins being made and accepted after the likes of Christmas. So prepare for that. Keep an eye out. We very likely could see those large boxes still being accepted. So something to cross your fingers over. But I'm going to look at the abnormal Barter support tonight if we do have abnormals. And I am most likely going to probably jump in and buy some. 17,000 isn't that much. It's not a ridiculous amount. And I can see this having a pretty good future ahead of it. Very nice, straightforward, cool-looking, colourful design. I can see people appreciating it. Shall we move on? Let's move on. Brutalist armoured door. Right, so if I could quickly go grab this. There we go. I have a quick little video to quickly show off to you. Where is it? Where is it? My armoured door comparison video, yes. I made a quick little comparison between the likes of the Brutalist armoured door and the likes of the Bombshell armoured door. And even with the hatch down, I can see tons through that. I look at the Bombshell one, not so much. It's still, I can still see through it, but not as much as the Brutalist one. There's just like no very good comparison. That's just far too much. It's ridiculous. So I can't help but feel like that's going to have a very nice future ahead of it. But with what we just mentioned earlier today, with the likes of, well, earlier in the stream, sorry, this video, with the likes of this garage door here, which is fully transparent and coming out tomorrow for tomorrow's Rust door, are we going to see even more crazier armored door skins in the future? Are we going to basically have one that might be invisible at some point? That's a little bit too absurd, but do you understand what I'm trying to allude to? Whilst this appears to be very special now, maybe it's not going to be so special at some point in the future. But at the very least, this hasn't sold that much. And we're about to go through the likes of post-Christmas very, very, very soon. Do you think that's going to be an instant flip? This only did 14,000 bare minimum sales. I make a comparison to the likes of the other Brutalist door skins, and what do we see? 29,000 bare minimum sales, 19,600 bare minimum sales. This right here has 14,000. Now, at the end of the day, you might be sitting there and saying, Hedge, I don't actually get to the point of using armoured doors that much. All right, fair enough. That's actually a very perfectly fine answer. But maybe not everybody plays in the same types of servers as you. So maybe it's a lot easier to get armoured doors in other places. And maybe people are actively wanting something like that. So with the likes of what I'm looking at here, I can't help but feel like that's going to have a pretty good time, at least in early 2024. And I'm pretty sure that with the amount of sales, that's nothing. That's nothing, especially with what's about to appear soon in regards to the people. So I'm actually considering buying that one as well. And I'm thinking about doing a barter of all the way up to about $2.70. So I'm going to do like $2.20 to $2.70. Yep, we're going all the way. Because I can't help but think we're not going to see anything like this, at least for maybe another year or so. He says. But then again, you never know. At some point in the future, there'll probably be Twitch drops being made that are even more crazy than this. And I will point out, after Twitch Rivals and Twitchmas skins, there is expected to be another Twitch event taking place in January. I'm just going to give you the heads up there. All right, so think on it. But with the likes of this, yeah, $2.20 to $2.70, I'm going strong on this, and I think it's going to have a very good near future, short-term future for itself. Sounds good? So let's move on. Damascus hoodie and pants. One of these is abnormal, that being the hoodie. This is selling for $2. This right here is selling for $1. But when I look at the Damascus sales, they've actually matched up very nicely. So chest plate, 12,391 bare minimum, and then this one, the face mask, 13,539. Well, the hoodie and pants, they're basically nicely wedged in between these two. There might be some more sales taking place over the course of the next 20-ish hours, but I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure it's basically balanced between all of these. So everything seems to be harmony. But the real question is what's going to happen next? Will we actually see Tier 2 be made and potentially accepted? I would be surprised in the slightest that Tier 2 will be made. I wouldn't be surprised at all. The question is will it actually get, accepted? And you might sit there and say, surely. Well, I mean, we looked at the likes of Thundergold. We also saw Redemption. We saw Sand Rhino. We saw Banana. Wait, Banana was accepted. Sorry. I was thinking of High Quality Metal. There's loads of collections this year that, skins, Tier 2 pieces, Tier 2 skins that are made this year, part of well-established collections that needed that Tier 2 one to be accepted, and it still wasn't accepted. And yes, there was a lot of people that bought into the collection already. For example, Sand Rhino, and of course, Redemption and whatnot. But again, still no Tier 2. Don't know why, but, it happened. So I'm not actually looking at this with a lot of confidence. And if anything, looking at the likes of the hoodie right here, I can't think that's going to retain its value. I worry for it. I really do. So, for that, I can't help but imagine that's going to probably go down to maybe like 50 or 70 cents. And this one right here, I mean, probably the same. But at the end of the day, all right, you've got to be aware of all the other people that have bought this skin as well, or these skins, but more specifically the hoodie. If they don't get instant gratification, if they don't instantly see the tier 2 being accepted, they give up and they unload all of their stock in the Steam market or third-party sites and whatnot, and suddenly it's not valuable anymore, or the price it's sold for in a Rust store. So I can foresee that potentially happening. Will we see Damascus Tier 2 being made anytime soon? Probably ready potentially in time for the final Rust store of December, maybe the first Rust store of January. Who knows, but we've seen a lot of attempts for Tier 2 this year for notable collections, and they've, well, they didn't get to the point of finishing, unfortunately. So my confidence in this is, well, I'm probably just going to want to do 50 cents to 70 cents for the both of them. Yes, even the hoodie, which is selling for $2. Sounds good? Scroll down, Redemption SAP. So the very first thing I made a comparison to with the likes of this semi-automatic pistol was the fact that I remembered another collection which also had a SAP, and it was accepted last year. That being the ever so nice and shiny black gold semi-automatic pistol right here. So this right here, part of a well-established collection. It's got all the clothing and armour. It's got many weapons and whatnot. That's probably one of the best things you can make a comparison to with the likes of the Redemption set. Both nice and shiny, very cool to look at. Well, when I look at this sold for $4, which is a much higher price compared to the Redemption set, but at the very least, during some bad times, it didn't go down too bad. It didn't really suffer insanely. And during the good times, yeah, it went up in price, ever so nice. Very cool, very nice. This had 11,400 bare minimum sales, all right? I scroll up. This has only got 9,900, basically 10,000 bare minimum sales. This has less, all right? This has less. Now, need I remind you of how the Redemption collection is currently looking? Because, yes, it does mostly consist of the likes of weapons and whatnot, but people do like them. People do appreciate them. And I wouldn't be surprised when we see a lot of people potentially appearing tomorrow and sticking around, we're probably going to get a lot of people suddenly appreciating the fact that, oh, wow, since I left for school or college, I didn't realise we had so many Redemption weapon skins and some armour accepted. Well, damn, I better go buy them. Oh, wow, what's a weapon rack? Oh, wow, I can put them on there as well. Cool. But at the end of the day, people like the collection. It survived the bad times, and what's it going to look like? What is all of this going to look like during the good times? I'm actually very surprised to see the bars down. How many of these are below its Rust store price? Let's just quickly find out. Well, I mean, it's like 10. There's 60 of them. All right, fair enough. Not too surprised there. So that's basically what's going to happen with all the other weapon skins here that are in the negative. There's probably only like 5 or 10 listings below the Rust store price. Well, what happens if they sell? Suddenly it's in the positive. It's a bit silly there, isn't it? But always double check and look at the likes of the Steam market listings and get a good idea of how they're currently behaving. So with the likes of this SAP, I'll be honest with you, look at all the SAPs that have come out this year. It's probably the best looking one. All right? I'm sorry, Banana Sap. I know you are a banana and it's very silly, but I do like the nice, cool cranberry style. I think that's probably the best one. And I will point this out, yes, we are getting a Twitchmas gingerbread sap that will be appearing as of December 16. All you need to do is watch anyone streaming Rust and you'll be able to get these Twitchmas skins. But this right here, I don't think it's going to be affected. This right here, I think we'll be having a nice future ahead of it. So as long as people want Redemption Collection, the full collection, this is going to be in demand. It is the lowest selling weapon skin. In fact, overall, the lowest selling skin overall in the Redemption Collection. So people are actively wanting to get all the set. Well, they're going to have to get a bunch of these, and there's only so many of these, and therefore, all the better for it to rise up in price. You knew I was going to say that, but you understand that, I'm sure. This is going to probably do maybe about 10,500 sales by tomorrow. That is still a lot less compared to many of the skins that we see here. So things are looking very good. With regards to that, $1.70 to $2.20 buy order. I'm going strong. I'm going in, and I'm probably still going to go ahead and buy a bunch of those. I'm not joking, that does look like it's got a pretty good future ahead of it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if we do see more Redemption skins being made and accepted in the future as well. Come on, Slanoster. Where's my hoodie and pants and my Tier 2 version 2? Where's my revolver? Anyway, so yeah, I'm going strong on that. I'm confident with it. Let's move on. Here we have the part sheet metal door. So I was a little bit skeptical. We have had many sheet metal doors come out this year, selling for $2.49. But, yeah, they all suffered real badly. But this right here is part of a well-established collection. In fact, it's the first deplorable skin to be accepted for the whole pirate collection. Now, need I remind you that loads of people are going to be very likely buying into this collection because Blackout is far too expensive. Whereas, like, you know, for the price of one single Blackout kilt, you could buy all of this, a full set of core pieces of the pirate collection. Maybe a weapon or two, potentially. I don't know how expensive the kilt is at the moment for the Blackout collection, but the point still remains. This is a lot more affordable, approachable, and I'm pretty sure this might get a nice extra batch of interest simply because it's part of this lot. I can't imagine it's going to immediately do all right, though. So, with what we have here, need I remind you of all the sheet metal doors that are accepted this year? How many were accepted? Let's go find out. Oh yeah, 28. I think that includes some of the free skins. Yes, the free skins there. So, overall, for all of this year, we've been given, or made available to us, 28 sheet metal door skins. We've basically matched up to the previous year. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one. Maybe another one. We have a lot of sheet metal door skins to compare to. And this is where things are a bit awkward. Yes, we do have a few that are stand out and holding up their value. As you can... Well, damn, Abyss has gone down ever so slightly. But overall, I think we can go reasonably strong in it, but I wouldn't go all in. I think we could do maybe like $1.20 to $1.70. Will it go below its rostral price? Wouldn't be surprised. Will it crash and burn? I doubt it. It only did 9,300 bare minimum sales so far. I believe this is going to sell just less than 10,000 by tomorrow. And I can imagine, with the likes of people buying all of the pirate clothing and armor skins, because, as I said, Blackout's too expensive, well, maybe, just maybe, they're going to want to buy the door to go with it as well. And also, you know, I know a lot of people are a little bit skeptical in regards to the pirate collection face mask and whatnot, because it's all white. Well, you know what? They can just go ahead and buy the beanie hat instead. Yep, so in short, things are looking okay for it, but I can imagine it still suffers a bit. So looking at this, again, $1.20 to $1.70. Keep an eye out. If it starts to go down pretty hard, you can always just remove your buy order, just put down another one at some point. But post-Christmas, literally just weeks away, it should be okay. Should. Hopefully, maybe. Moving on, we have the likes of the Frog Box. Now, I like the Frog Box. He does look very goofy. He does look very silly. He has a very bony arse. But overall, this is a very weird collection that we have. We have a furnace, we have a bone club, we have a rock, and we have a small box. It's not very... it's not like a very fluid combination of all of that. It's a bit odd. Anyway, moving on. So the likes of that, could we still potentially see some more frog skins being made at some point? Well, Ideal did go ahead earlier this year and make some burlap clothing. He made a sheep and a door. What's stopping him from just making a version 2 of these? What's stopping him from making a large box? What's stopping him from making even more doors? What's stopping him from making even more weapons or tools? I don't know. All right? But we have to question, do people even care for the frog designs? Down 58%, down 30%, down 45%. Awkward. A lot of people did sit here and say, damn, if only made it glow in the dark with the eyes or something. Yeah, I think that would have been cool. But you know what? It's a full green storage box. Do you happen to like hiding boxes and bushes and whatnot? You know, I have heard of this tactic before, but like some people like to do it, and it's full green. Do you think that might work out right for you? Do you reckon that stands out too bad, or does it stand out not really? Like, it's dark green. What do you reckon? I mean, you could stick him in the water as well. He could breathe. No, he can't. No, frogs don't breathe. No, because the tadpoles do, but not the frogs. I failed science. Sorry, chat. My apologies. But yeah, I mean, there's an option there, but I'm not sure everybody's going to be following that. So, looking at this, I'm going to think I'm probably going to go with 70 cents, 90 cents. Yeah, I can see it doing okay, but I just can't really imagine it doing amazing. Like, if we keep getting more frog skins being made, then sure, yeah, that's cool. That'll work out. That'll keep it boosted. But yeah, I'm thinking 70 cents to 90 cents. I feel like that's probably the way to go. Understood? Shall we roll on? Okay. I was not very supportive of the Ronin SAR initially. But something, of course, happened today. We had the early acceptances. We've just got Ronin hoodie and pants, the final core piece, out of nowhere. But again, I'm not surprised by this. There was a bit of a trend that I briefly mentioned before in other videos. Basically, just before a big holiday event, aka Halloween, and of course for the likes of Christmas, we tend to see, for the last normal Rustore before we go into those holiday-themed Rustores, some late picks. We did see some late picks for the Rustore just before Halloween. It was also a charitable rust Rustore, but with what we have here is an extra late pick. That right there, and I believe the sword or the AK, they're extra late picks, and then the rest are typical picks. This was submitted like 5 or 6 weeks ago, but lo and behold, it was accepted. So guess what? If I were to look at the front page of the Steam market right now for Rust, guess what? Ronin. So yeah, people jumped in, people bought out the stock, and I wouldn't be surprised if even more people jump in and buy out the stock tomorrow when the actual Rustore appears. Now we go back to looking at this skin right here, and we just received the hoodie and pants being accepted. Could we potentially see the likes of this SAR getting a bit of a boost? Well, first things first, let's go take a look at the AK. Has the AK started to go up in price now? Because we got a full-fledged collection of the Ronin. And, well, it doesn't look like it's really moved that much. However, maybe it might not move until tomorrow. Maybe it's not going to really move until people actually see that the Ronin collection is now complete. It's a bit of a trek until it gets to the price it sold for in a Rustore. But at the end of the day, I can imagine the SAR's going to probably do a fair bit better now, is the answer I was alluding to. So I don't think this is going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent bargain anymore. It sold far too little. The collection as a whole, well, Tier 3's okay. Tier 2's okay. Gloves are doing all right. Yeah, no, I think we could probably boost it up to maybe like, we could probably do like 80 cents to $1.20. I can still imagine it goes below its Rustore price for a brief period of time. But at best, I can't really see it going insane. Like, I have to question you. Do you honestly think Ronin Collection is going to be super in demand? Are people going to be actively wanting to run around and dress like that? I can see the appeal of it. It does look nice. It does look pretty cool. Especially the designs of the face masks and whatnot. Maybe. But we'd have to see it actually happen. Post-Christmas is just around the corner. Maybe it does get a lot of appeal. We shall see. But the fact that this has actually been accepted and will be in the Rustore tomorrow, I can imagine this is going to get a nice bit of a boost. And more specifically, a much better boost for all of these when people, well, the vast majority of people are aware that that is it, the Ronin collection is now complete. Because how many people do you think are actually aware now that this is the Rustore tomorrow? Probably not that much. So there's a big difference between the actual Rustore coming out and knowing what's coming out tomorrow. We are a different kind of people. We're crazy for skin, so we of course are prepared for silly things like this, all right? Anyway, so I think we could push it up to 80 cents to $1.20. If you feel stronger than that, by all means, offer a higher price, but yeah. I just realised I accidentally dabbled into talking about the regular skins, and screw it, whatever. Oh no. Okay, what I'll have to do is I will go in the description, and I'll put like abnormal skin and regular skin. I am sorry. I'm very sorry. I didn't realise I did that, but why stop now? So let me just clarify. The Damascus pants, the frog box, and the Ronin SAR, they are not abnormal. They will only become marketable when the Rustore rotates. However, if we don't have abnormals tonight, all 9 of these skins will become marketable at the exact same time. Not when the Rustore rotates tomorrow, but when it strikes midnight UK time, Thursday night going into Friday morning. I have to verify that once more, okay? Just wanted to point that out. Now we can talk about the Pressurizer double barrel shotgun. Yes, this would be an abnormal skin. My apologies for getting these mixed up. I had a whole bunch to talk about, especially in regards to all of that. Pressurizer double barrel shotgun, 70 cents, 90 cents. Right, there we go, job done. Okay, let's just quickly elaborate. I'm not super keen on double barrel shotguns, I'm afraid. Yeah, Bamboo Blaster's doing all right. That did very low sales, but then again, this has basically done the same. Oh, actually, okay. Let's give that a bit of a perspective. Let's actually get a much better look at all of it. So it's not too crazy in terms of its design. It's not too insane. But we do have to remind ourselves what happened not too long ago with that delayed Rustore. So let's go hop back to the past. Let's go take a look at the likes of the Rustore of November 10. Now, what happened was this Rustore was only around for 6 days, and quite a lot of these skins had very low sales. Now, some of them have basically caught up with the idea that people actually don't care about them, so they've gone down in price, unfortunately. But for a very reasonable amount of time, these retained their value, and some of them were in the positive. But it was mainly due to the fact that there was a sheer lack of listings. Demand wasn't there. There was hardly any listings. It appeared as if it was valuable. It wasn't actually valuable. But this double barrel shotgun right here is technically in the positive. Let's go take a look at it on the Steam market. Let's go see what the sales have been like for this over the past like 2 or 3 weeks. So right now I instantly notice that the barders don't even match up to the prices. So that's a pretty immediate indicator that probably isn't that valuable. Now I'm going to go scroll down and look at the sales, and well, actually quite a lot of them have been around $2. Probably due to sheer lack of options, but then I also noticed some sales directly to the highest buy order, which is barely over $1. So I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really look like this is that. It doesn't really have that much interest. It doesn't look like it's actually doing very well. And when I go back over to here for the likes of this double barrel shotgun, it's probably going to behave the exact same way. It will probably have hardly any listings. It will very likely appear to be valuable, but there's no actual demand, there's no actual listings. And at $2.49, well, overall, yeah, I'm probably going to stick with doing 70 cents, 90 cents. There was a lot more to it, and my apologies for just being very brief and quick with it, but it was all a ruse. It was all an act. I wanted to talk all about all of that, so yeah. That right there, unfortunately, it just doesn't stand out too much. Maybe if we see more Pressurizer skins, maybe, but no, I can't imagine it doing much. Maybe it gets manipulated at some point in the future because it sold hardly anything. Yeah, no, that can happen. That can happen. We should be prepared for things like that happening, because over the course of November and October, there's a reasonable amount of skins that sold hardly anything. And I've made a ton of fuss about this already, talking about those skins during the times when it was good to talk about them. So overall, yeah, I'm going to stick with 70 cents, 90 cents. By default, the value of it, that's what I'd go for. If it gets manipulated, yes, it'll go higher, but I can't rely on manipulations to happen. It's awkward, very, very awkward. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm going to suggest for all the prices for all the skins here. The main question is in an hour's time, are they actually going to be appearing? The abnormals, that is. Are we actually going to have abnormals? We're going to be here just in case. We're going to find out what the answer is. Chat, are you prepared? Chat, what do you think? Are we actually going to have abnormals, or are they not going to appear? And if they're not going to appear, all 9 of the skins will become marketable tomorrow at midnight UK time. Oh, I'm out of breath. So yeah, let's just quickly talk more about what's currently going on. So I didn't put out a workshop skin checks video this week. What's up? What's going on, Hedge? Well, it's because we're getting all the Christmas skins. Oh my god, look at that fridge. Wow, look at that. I wasn't prepared for this. That looks awesome. That is awesome. Right, well, don't be biased. Cubist, I happen to believe that looks very cool for a snow globe type of design. I will give you props for that. Props, very pretty, and it glows. Oh wow, glows. Oh damn. Oh, you're so lucky you put that out just at the right time, just as I looked. Yes, YouTube chat, we're getting a lot of Christmas skins, because of course next week the first Christmas Ruster will be taking place. And is that a very transparent short? Oh, come on now. Why is everything getting transparency? It's ridiculous. Anyway, we've already made a big fuss about this. I put out some videos. Oh god, look at penguin. Look at a penguin. Look at a penguin. Yes, penguin. Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of Christmas theme skins currently being submitted, and you can find, well, you will be able to find all of them as you go over to here on TGG's Holiday 2023 Contest Entries Collection. If I quickly refresh, is it more up to date? No. He is slowly adding more and more skins to this. Not every single skin that's been uploaded is currently in here, but if you got yourself a nicely prepared, what's it called? Curated authors list and whatnot, you will be able to see many of these skins, because I'm looking at all the people who have put out very good skins over the past year, and they're putting out some very, very nice Christmas skins. It's not Lunar New Year, Kaiba! You fool. Actually, is it? Wait, hang on a minute. When is Lunar New Year 2024? It's the 10th of February. You fool! Where's my snowman and nutcracker and penguin designs, you fool? Where is he? Fool! Yes. So overall, I didn't make a workshop skin checks video because the deadline is actually tomorrow night. So when Thursday ends in the PST time zone, that will be, cease, deadline, over with, done. and I will probably do a workshop skin checks list looking at this collection, but it's not my collection, it's TGG's, so that's not really fair on him. So I only look at collection continuations, and I'll talk about potential profits that could be made. Basically what I did with the Halloween batch a good 2 months ago. So yeah, make sure you go get a good look at this. And make sure you say thank you to TGG for preparing this. And if you don't know how to find it, if you go to the Rust Workshop main page, here we are, as you can see. Hover over Browse, click Collections. And if you just go over to here, Holiday 2023 Contest Entries, click that, and you're there. It's as simple as that. Sounds good? Awesome. Yep. And I just want to have a quick curious check. So this was the most recent top picks list. Did any skin from this list get accepted? And the answer is yes. Yes, so that was a typical pick. And one there. Yep, Garage Door. I'm still surprised both of those skins were accepted. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, and 4, yeah. So 4 typical picks and the rest were late picks. I'm not complaining. It's a pretty wacky Rust store. And you might still see some of these skins appearing towards the end of December as well. Who knows? But we'll have to keep an eye out. So that's it. That's everything I needed to say, everything I needed to talk about. Chat. We are now having to wait and see if we actually have abnormals. So we're going to skip ahead. We're going to find out. And if we have abnormals, cool. We're going to go do our abnormal buy orders. And if not, then we're buggered. Actually, there is one more thing. Chat, in 1 hour's time, and YouTube people, if you want to come do this yourself, the support a streamer scheme is actually about to start in 1 hour. It's all based on GMT time zone. So as of midnight, December 7, aka Thursday morning, UK time, which is in 1 hour's time, anybody that you watch that's currently streaming on Twitch and is streaming Rust, if you gift them 2 subs, you will get a code for that Twitch desktop right there. So if you want to be able to acquire one of these, you have to go ahead and watch someone who's currently streaming Rust, and you just gift them 2 subs. You should get a special code, and then you can go to this website here, rust.facepunch.com/support-a-streamer, and you go to the redeem page, you put in your code, you get a special code, and I believe you could just put it into Steam. Just make sure with your Twitch account, it's a Twitch account that's connected to the Steam account that you want to get the desktop skin onto, if that makes sense. So make sure they're properly connected. Understood. All good. And if you'd like to send those 2 gifted subs my way, I would be very grateful. I would appreciate it a lot. If you want to. I'm not going to force you to. I might. No, it's fine. You can do whatever you want. So, chat, it's up to you. Hazmat is only for Twitch rivals. The Hazmat skin that you saw that was all purple is only for Twitch rivals, apparently. Who knows? Maybe they'll release it in the future batch of Twitch drops, but it's not for this event, I'm afraid. Sorry. The only skins you're getting are located here. And then after this, we have the special Twitchmas Rust skins, which is something I already mentioned earlier. All right, cool. So we're done. I have talked and talked and talked. Let's now skip ahead and find out what's going to happen in regards to those abnormals. Right then, people. So it's like 2 minutes past midnight, exactly the time in which we saw the Rust rotation take place. So go back and watch that Rust rotation video from last week, because that is basically the reason why we do not have abnormals. Even if it was simply 2 minutes past midnight, no abnormals. So that means all the skins that you see here, all of these are going to become marketable at the exact same time in about 23 hours and 57 minutes time. To be precise, when it is Thursday going into Friday midnight. So that'll be, of course, tomorrow. So we're going to see the Rust rotation tomorrow, which we already know what the skins are. But these skins are not going to become marketable, not until midnight. Understood? We all good? You got that? It's all in your head now? I must have said that like 5 times throughout all of this video. For me, I've skipped ahead like a good couple hours or so. Yeah, it is a little bit awkward, isn't it? So if I quickly hop back over to here, where are we going here? Yep. So yeah, it really does look like no abnormals this week, and simply that. So you have to question now, because you're probably watching this the next day. What are you going to do? Because you have to question if you want to jump in and buy these, because I am expecting an early Rust rotation. It is force wipe. We are going to get that new content added into the game. And of course, with the early acceptance of all of these skins, it really kind of paints the picture that Facepunch wants to make sure this was already done and prepared for, because they want to focus more time in making sure that update comes out perfectly fine. Therefore, I'm also expecting this Rust store to come out fairly early tomorrow. Maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours before the likes of the actual proper force wipe update. Make sense? So for me, that could happen between 5 to 7 o'clock in the evening UK time tomorrow, which is technically today because it's now past midnight. Do you understand? Do you get it? So that's it then. I hope that all made sense to you, and I can confirm Supporter Streamer is now taking place over the course of the next 24 hours. All you need to do is watch anyone who's a Twitch partner or an affiliate, of course on Twitch, and they simply have to be live and streaming on Rust, the Rust category to be precise. And if I scroll down here a little bit more, what happens is all you have to do is gift 2 subscriptions and you'll get a special code. You then have to go to this specific page and you'll see visit our official redeem page, which is located right here. And I believe you have to sign in onto your Steam account. You put in the code, and it will give you the skin. Yeah, and yes, I can verify it is simply a computer station skin. If we just quickly go over to here, we have all of the items and the skins in the SMM item database. And if I were to click the Twitch Rivals desk, as you can see, as it slowly loads up, because sometimes it does this, you will see that it quite literally says it's a computer station skin. And there we are, computer station. Very nice, very cool. Understood? So, technically speaking, you might have a code, right? I'm not really alluding to anything, but you might have a code. You could actually give it to someone else. So be careful. Don't fall for any scams and, dodgy trades and whatnot. If anything, you should only do this to, give it yourself, really. But technically speaking, you could give the code to someone else. So if you're feeling really generous, you could donate 2 gifted subs, get the code, and then give it to the same person who's currently streaming. That's an option for you, an early Christmas present for that person, 2 subs and a free computer station skin. They're going to love you. So the option's there and available to you. Understood? All good? So the expectations are that's the Rust Ore tomorrow, and it very likely will be. Of course it's going to be. And early Rust Ore rotation. And that's it. That's expected. And we will talk about those skins tomorrow. We need to see what prices they are. Maybe they'll be pretty expensive. I don't blame Facepunch for doing that, but we'll have to wait and see. And you do need to figure out, do you actually want to jump in and buy into these skins? The choice is yours. I'm looking at these 3, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to step ahead and probably go ahead and do that. How many I'll buy, I don't know, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to do it. And if you want to understand why, well, you're going to have to go back to the beginning of this video and listen to what I said about them. Sorry, but that's the answer. So it's all good. Chat, are you happy? Are you enjoying yourselves? Would you like to say goodbye to YouTube? Because, this is the end. With no abnormals, we can't really talk about anything else. We've already said what we thought about it earlier on, and, well, now we just need to see what happens when the actual rotation happens tomorrow then. Yep. Goodbye. See you later. Have a lovely day, and have fun if you enjoy the update tomorrow. Hopefully we do see a lot of people return. Hopefully Rust does jump back into the top 5 most played games, and hopefully the Christmas content across... Damn it, I was so good at doing this. Well, we're almost done anyway. Hopefully the Christmas content comes out next week as well, and then we can all enjoy ourselves, and everybody can play the game again, and I can sell my skins for much better prices. Hey, catch you later. See you, goodbye.